Hi. So today I'm going to tell you all a very important thing is how do you crack your MCQ questions when you don't know the answer. Now let's understand there are some tips, tricks, techniques called as some street smart techniques to clear and get the correct answer and the options. Okay, so I'm going to tell you that on how do you clear. In your CS executive, there are three MCQ papers, that is your FM, your accounts and your tax. This strategy can be applied in all the three papers. First, you crack any MCQ paper on the basis of the knowledge that you have. So if you already know, you can crack your paper with the help of your knowledge from what you have done in your preparation. But it is very much possible that there are some MCQs that will be outside your knowledge जो तुमने नहीं पढ़ा होगा, which you haven't studied. At that point of time, you have to switch to intelligence, some kind of hacks that you need to crack it. Now, same like in life, how you sometimes have to find your own way and have to, find your way out and use intelligence during all these cases. Same will be in your MCQ papers. Now, very first thing, I might sound like Einstein and a crazy maniac giving you certain tips, but trust me, wait till the end, watch the video till the end, and there might be some of the points that I might tell you which might be in conflict to what you already know or what you already have been told. So you have to apply your own mind and own knowledge. I have done my own research and on basis of that I have made this video. Now, first, talking about time management. Now, I want all of you to wait, stop, and listen to me carefully. First is talking about time management. When I say time management means what? In your paper, you have questions. Okay, so now I want you all to pay attention and leave everything that you're doing. The number of questions that you have is 100 and it's a 3-hour paper, right? So you have how many minutes? So the time that you have, is 180 minutes, right? 3 hours. So like that way, one MCQ has got a maximum time limit you have to complete in 1.8 minutes. So this is the first hack that you have to remember, that one question maximum gets 1.8 minutes. So when you exceed 1.8 minutes on one question, remember you might not complete your paper. The second thing I want to tell you, being time management, for example, like a paper like tax. Okay. Now again, clearly listen to what I'm saying and note this down as well. Now for a paper like tax, there are two parts. There is part A, which is your income tax, and your part B, which is your indirect tax. Okay, so this is your direct tax and this is your IDT, that is your GST and customs. Now it is very much possible that out of these two parts, one part is stronger and you're planning to pass the exam on base of that part. For example, part B. Many students prefer GST and customs, finding it easier than income tax act. So what you need to do, whenever is your paper, for example, your paper is at 9 a.m., you will start studying IDT right before your exam. Means the subject that you will be studying is IDT. You will start your question paper with IDT. So since you have studied it just before the exams, you pick up, you directly go to part B and solve it. You will be able to answer it much faster, and out of 50, let's say this is 50 marks, you will easily be able to manage 35-40 and you know you're at least passing. So that will boost your confidence. That's one. Second important part is in IDT as well, there is GST, custom, so you get your time right. If this is for 50 marks, now pay attention to the timing which I'm telling you. 50 marks. Since it's a 3-hour paper, you know you have only 1.5 hours for this and 1.5 hours for IDT. Okay. Now, since this is your stronger side, I believe you should complete it in 1 hour to 1.5 hours or 1.1 hour 15 minutes. This is another important. This is your strength. Okay. So you should definitely finish it much faster. Okay. Now, when you study with IDT just before the exam, you start with MCQ questions of IDT, start scoring it maximum, and you start finishing it way before time, before 1.5 hours. For example, if I get it at 9 a.m. I get the question, I know by 10:15 I should be done by part B, max by 10:30. Then I go to my part A. Now, one more important point is do not copy. See, we have understood that we have only 1.8 minutes in your examination to solve one MCQ. Now, if I waste time in calling someone, they are asking me, I will help them, I will easily miss food, important time, and you will be distracted. Don't copy. And let me tell you one more thing. Since you all are all in CS executive, one small little tip in CS professional, when I was in my CS finals, in the exam hall, the invigilator, the supervisor, went out of the hall to get some paper or something like that. She went out. I just looked up. I wanted to, someone will attempt to copy. And trust me, not a single CS professional student cared to copy. This is why they are in CS professional, because they are all there on their merit. They did not copy and do not copy. You worked really hard, and I believe you have enough knowledge to pass it on basis of your own merit. So don't waste time in copying, because you won't reach in CS final. In CS professional, there are real professionals sitting out there, and I believe you are one of them. Next is now coming to a supremely important part, is if a MCQ I don't know, I am completely blank. Should I attempt or I shouldn't attempt? Can you put in the chat box that, or in comment, whether a question which I have no idea about, should I attempt or I shouldn't attempt? So, as per the theory of probability, now I might go and sound like a maniac to you. Pay attention. As per the theory of probability, okay, whether I should attempt or no, as per the theory of probability, and then I will tell you what is my recommendation to a question you have no knowledge about. Most of you all have been told not to attempt, but the answer is very different. Let's say if out of 100 questions I have no idea about, I attempt, I get 25 marks positive as per theory of probability, because from four options there is one correct, right? So the chances is 0.5%. I will 0.25%. I will be right. So I'll get 25 marks. But I have answered 75 questions wrong. Okay. So out of ticking randomly, out of 4, 1 is right. So I'll be out 1 out of 4 chances. So in 125 marks I will get for attempting. Out of probability I get it right. But now pay attention. I have got 75 questions wrong. And for every wrong question, I get 0.25 subtracted. 0.25 so negative marking for each wrong answer. Therefore, when you do the maths, you will realize that you're getting 19 marks deducted, which still puts you in 6 marks positive. Which still puts you in 6 marks positive. So, as per the theory of probability, you should attempt a question which you don't know, because out of 1 is right, so out of 100 you'll get 25 right, but 75 wrong, and doing the maths you will just lose 19 marks. Now I'm not telling you to directly go and attempt. Let me continue and finish my presentation, and that's when you will know exactly what I'm trying to say. So theory of probability answers or suggests we should attempt, but half knowledge is wrong. Let me complete. Now when I'm not sure, theory of probability is saying I will be mostly in right. Now, there are certain techniques to improve your probabilities of being right. The first one is elimination technique. Now, what do you mean by elimination technique? There are 4 questions, A, B, C, D. Now, I have set papers for colleges, and I know as a paper setter, it's very difficult to set questions, to think of options, and get 100 questions, 4 options, everything. If you can at least find out which is not the answer. For example, there will be at least one, एक तो कोई vague चीज होगी, there will be at least one vague thing. If I am able to eliminate that, if I'm able to eliminate कि ये तो आंसर हो ही नहीं सकता, ठीक है, because it will be way too vague, I eliminate it automatically. As per theory of probability, my chances of getting right becomes 33%. If I can eliminate 2, my chances become 50% of being right. Okay, so this is the hack. Remember, try to eliminate, don't leave the question blank, try to eliminate. So once if you can eliminate even one, जो बहुत strong possibility है कि examiner will give at least out of अरे ये कुछ भी डाल देता option, let me just put this option. If you can detect that this is out, automatically you will get 33 right and 67 wrong. And when you multiply this, you will be in very so if I multiply this, so you get 67 wrong, so 67 into 0.25, so you get 16 or 17 questions wrong. So 33 minus 17, I still be in positive 16 marks. Just imagine how high you've increased your probability of getting right just by eliminating one. So use the elimination technique. अगर मुझे कुछ नहीं आता है, I will try to find कौन सा आंसर नहीं हो ही नहीं सकता, वो तुम्हें मिल जाएगा. Let's go to the next thing. The next very important tip to get your MCQ right after I use the elimination technique. I know that I have to attempt, I will use elimination. Then is very important is you have to read the question properly. When I say read the question properly, means when the examiner has given you the question paper, you will not look left, you will not look right, you will just look down and you will pay full 100% focus on the question, underline what is, because words like not change the entire meaning. So be very careful and read the question properly. When you read the question properly, let me give you one example. Many times I read the question and I know first one is correct, question number A is correct, but yet I have to read other options because it is possible that there might be an option such as all of the above. So even A is the answer, B is the answer, C is also the answer. So the thing is all of the above. So in all of the above questions or none of the above questions, be very careful and read the question and its options properly. You have 2 minutes, and also there will be some questions which are very simple which you won't take 2 minutes. So you still have time left. So keep a good time and track your questions properly. Next, to detect the wrong answer, it is possible that you find the odd one out. At least the examiner will try to put, if the values are let's say 15,000, then 1500, 2000, okay, and let's say 1200, and it is possible he has given a very vague entry also, 8,000. Now it is possible that this one, which is way too different than all the rest of the options, is not the correct answer. Logically, the examiner will set the paper to make it confusing. I will set the paper to make it confusing. One option also, if you find, is very far, value is very different from all the others. It is possible that that would not be the case, because obviously the examiner will not make the answer this simple, that this is the answer and all the others are confusing. Okay, so that is just one tip to be kept in mind while choosing. Next, supremely important point that you need to pay attention is choose the easy first. When I say choose the easy, means what? read the question paper real quick, see which part is easy for you, part A or part B, then go ahead quickly, because once you get in the flow, the other things will come much easier. Normally people are very scared to start, and then don't start with that. Start with something which you're confident about. Now the papers generally are divided into easy, medium and tough. So remember, there is easy questions, there are medium level questions, and there are difficult questions. So the easy ones should be attempted quickly and fast. What you don't know, the hard questions, you can put a mark and you can go to the next one. I put a mark that I don't know this. I'll come back later part. When you read the question, it is possible that your back of the mind, you're thinking about that question. Don't remember this part, and you will recollect later. So ऐसा हो सकता है कि difficult question में पढ़ के छोड़ दूं, I read the question and leave it, mark it, and in my back of the mind I try to recall the question and its answer. So attempt the hard one last, and it is possible sometimes while solving the entire paper you get more hints on this question as well. Okay, so don't look up, just keep solving. You are smart enough to attempt the entire paper. Okay, so these are my tips. That first, very important, you should attempt the questions. Theory of probability, even if I get 25, I get 75 wrong, that's still 19, I'm still in positive. But so my point is, attempt the question, apply your techniques. Your first technique is elimination. So I believe you will be able to eliminate the answers. Once you eliminate the answers, you read properly, okay, and you can leave it for the last. You can leave completely blank answers for the last. Now you tell me, one last important point is, there are questions which you might know somewhat, okay, so which are completely blank, which you don't know, only completely blank, and some which you kind of know the answer, which is completely blank. I can still understand you left it, etc., this, but which you kind of know, even little bit, you can eliminate even one from the options, you will definitely have to attempt it. So these are my points. Be really street smart, be knowledgeable. For knowledgeable, you go through the past year papers, you check everything properly, and when you realize that this is something out of the box, apply the techniques that I have told you. So this is it. And if you found it helpful, please share it with your friends who you want to pass and be with the next level with you. So that is it from my end. I wish you all the very best. Without taking much time of yours, thank you very much. Take care, guys. Bye.